Today I'm here to nag you into being responsible like a dad reminding you to get your oil changed. Finances can be stressful, and an easy way to manage that stress is to pretend that it doesn't exist. But I've been there, and I can tell you that ignorance is not bliss. Hi, I'm Danny from FCCU, and welcome to another Tech Tip Tuesday, where we show you how to use our technology at FCCU, as well as some advice on how to stay safe in the digital world. Today we're going to talk about reviewing your free credit reports and how that can help you identify identity theft and improve your financial future. First, let's briefly talk about identity theft. Identity theft is a phrase that we throw around a lot, and because of that, I feel like we've almost become desensitized to it. Let's do a quick recap. According to the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, or CFPB, identity theft occurs when someone steals your identity to commit fraud. Identity thieves may rent apartments, get credit cards, or start other accounts in your name. While taking steps to prevent identity theft can seem excessive at times, it's nothing compared to the hassle and hardships of reclaiming your identity and undoing the damage that's been done. Next, let's talk about the difference between a credit report and a credit score. The CFPB states that a credit report is a statement that has information about your credit activity and current credit situation, such as loan paying history and the status on your credit accounts. Your credit scores are calculated based on the information in your credit report. I won't be discussing credit scores much in this video, but if you'd like to learn more about how they are calculated and why they can vary so much, check out the link in the description. Your credit report contains a lot of important information about you, the credit you've taken out, your track record on paying back that credit, and more. Keeping tabs on your credit report can help you identify early warning signs of identity theft and fraud. Your credit report and credit score are also used to determine many things that you can do in life, like what job you can have, how much you pay in insurance, what kinds of loans can you take out, if you're eligible for government assistance, etc. Many businesses have access to view and use the information on your credit report within legal requirements, whether or not they tell you ahead of time. Thanks to the Fair Credit Reporting Act, you are entitled to one free credit report per year from each of the major credit bureaus, Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. Thanks to the global pandemic, you are temporarily entitled to one free credit report per week from each of these credit bureaus until April 2022. To get your free credit report, go to annualcreditreport.com and be sure to double check the URL and ensure that you're on this website, annualcreditreport.com. Many fraudulent websites exist to trick you into entering your personal information to obtain your free credit report or credit score. Additionally, many legitimate websites exist to trick you into paying to obtain your credit report or credit score. Make sure to use this website instead of visiting the individual websites for the three major credit bureaus. They litter their websites with upsells, some of which might be worth it, but we're looking to spend no money right now, so annualcreditreport.com. You can either retrieve all three credit reports at once or stagger them throughout the year. In a normal year, I would suggest making a recurring calendar reminder every 4 months to check one of your three credit reports. However, you can pull one report per bureau per week until April 2022, so no need to strategize right now. You will enter a series of information on the annualcreditreport.com website, such as your name, address, birth date, and social security number. Then, depending on which credit report you are pulling, you will be asked to verify additional information. In researching for this video, I pulled all three of my credit reports. Experian and Equifax each asked me a series of personal questions based on the information in my credit report, such as the financial institution associated with a certain loan, or the amount of a certain monthly loan payment. TransUnion sent me a two-factor authentication text to the phone number associated with my credit report. Your credit report will be presented as a web page, which makes the reviewing process easier and more visually pleasing. However, I recommend downloading the report as well to keep in your records. From a cybersecurity standpoint, keep in mind how consequential the information in your credit report is when deciding where to save it and what protections are on that system. This includes firewalls, virus scanners, strong passwords, two-factor authentication, etc. No file is ever 100% safe, but no file is ever 100% safe, but this file should be well taken care of. If you intend on printing the file, be sure to keep it in a locked box or drawer. Next, let's discuss how to read your credit report and what to look for. I wanted to walk you through my credit report with some strategic redactions, but then I remembered that this is the internet and anything I show can and will be used against me. So we're not going to go through my credit report. What we are going to do is discuss the types of information in a credit report and some potential identity theft red flags. And maybe I'll Photoshop together a credit report for added visual appeal. First, there's personal information. Be sure to review your personal information carefully. If you notice an error on any of your credit reports, you can file a dispute with that particular credit bureau to get it fixed. Let's briefly go through what personal information is included in your credit report. Name. This includes any variation of your name that can be used, such as your full middle name spelled out, your middle name only, a shortened version of your first name, your maiden name, etc. Current and previous addresses, current and previous phone numbers, current and previous employers, social security number, and birth date. Inaccurate personal information is one of the many potential red flags that can be uncovered within your credit report. For example, an incorrect address could indicate that someone took out credit in your name, but they had all of the documentation mailed elsewhere to keep you in the dark. Second, your credit report contains account information. Think credit cards, loans, and other lines of credit. This section will only contain credit that has not gone to collections or been defaulted on. Some reports call this section accounts in good standing. Account information is the largest part of your credit report and contains any detail related to that line of credit, such as account name, account number, account type, responsibility of the loan, so who is responsible for paying it back, just you and another person, etc. Date opened, status, balance, terms of the loan, credit limit, detailed payment history including the amount of your monthly payment, how much you actually pay each month, if you paid late or missed a payment, etc. Each credit bureau displays this information differently and with varying amounts of detail. My example is an amalgamation of all 3 credit bureaus baked together in this Photoshop pie. It's your responsibility to comb through these details and verify them with what you know in your brain and/or actual loan documents that you've signed with a financial institution. If you notice something like a missed payment or anything else that may be incorrect, be sure to file a dispute with that credit bureau to get it fixed. The first time you comb through your credit report from a credit bureau may take a while, but the following report should be easier since you only need to scour through the new information for inaccuracies. Generally, accounts in good standing can stay on your credit report indefinitely. It shows a history of good behavior and that potential creditors can trust you in the future. Accounts not in good standing, often referred to as negative information, generally stay on your credit report for 7 years, with the exception of Chapter 7 bankruptcies, which, don't let the 7 confuse you, stay on your credit report for 10 years. Let's dive into the negative information section next. The negative information section will list accounts sent to collections and public records such as bankruptcies. The details of the section are similar to the last, so I won't list them all individually again. As with everything on your credit report, dispute errors, but especially dispute errors in this section. This section is essentially the red flag section for creditors when they're deciding whether to lend you money. Lastly, your credit report contains credit inquiries, also known as checks on your credit. Your credit might actually be checked a lot more often than you might think. Off the top of my head, I can think of a few times within the last year when my credit was pulled. When I applied for a mortgage at 3 different financial institutions to see which would give you the best deal. When I applied for a loan to pay for my fridge, microwave, dishwasher, oven, washer, and dryer, and you best believe I'm paying off that baby in a year so interest does not accrue. When I received a letter in the mail from my credit card company telling me that my credit card limit was automatically increased, and every single freaking day I receive a credit card offer in my mailbox. Seriously, for the love of all that is good, please stop sending me credit cards. I don't need them. There's probably more, but there's a small list for you. This list includes both hard and soft inquiries, which differ in how they affect your credit score and how creditors will interpret your credit report. Hard inquiries occur when you authorize a potential creditor to check your file as part of an application. For example, I had to take out a loan to pay for my appliances while in my GE online shopping cart. Before approval or denial of the loan, I had to authorize their loan partner, GreenSky, to pull a hard inquiry on my credit. If you've shopped for a car or a house recently, you may have had your credit pulled multiple times in a short period by several financial institutions. This is pretty normal. However, don't make a habit of constantly making hard inquiries on your credit, as it does cause a small temporary dip in your credit. Good news though, hard inquiries will fall off your credit report after 2 years. Soft inquiries occur when you check your own credit or a potential creditor is checking to see if they want to send you a promotional offer. But don't worry, soft inquiries will not affect your credit score. Something I wish someone would have told me before I read through my first credit report, because needless to say, I panicked. If you notice any errors on your credit report, dispute them. Not only can incorrect information be a huge red flag for identity theft, but it can also lower your credit score. Gather as much documentation as you can to back up your claim and file a dispute. There's a resource in the description that will walk you through how to file a dispute and correct your credit report. Check it out if you need it. And that's how to read your credit report. Be sure to check out the resources in the description if you have any questions or would like additional details. I've been Danny from FCCU. Be sure to like this video, like us on Facebook, subscribe to us on YouTube, follow us on Instagram, and read your credit report. And I'll see you next time. Identify identity theft and improve your financial future. Identify identity theft. And how that can help you Who wrote this sentence? It was me.